Very good. My name is Tamiru Abiye. I'm a hydrogeologist. I'm working at the School of Geosciences of the University of Witwatersrand. And I specialize in hydrogeology, which is a branch of geoscience. So as a geologist, we are required to understand about the earth, about the rocks, how the earth is formed, how the rocks are formed. And we overlap hydrology knowledge to understand how rocks store and circulate groundwater. So that's what I'm specialized in. South Africa, particularly, is a water-stressed country. And because of the climate change, we are losing a lot of water through evaporation. So some dams are dry in most of the cases. And we have to rely on other sources, alternatives. So one of the alternatives is to use groundwater. Hydrogeologists are required in most industrial areas, like in mining. Mines cannot operate without hydrogeologists. So hydrogeologists must be there to identify the source of water deep in the shaft or in the open cast mines. So hydrogeologists are important in the mining environment. Hydrogeologists are important also in the agriculture. Hydrogeologists are important also in the municipalities, so especially water supply. So hydrogeology works with other scientific fields like chemistry. So when it comes to hydrogeology, we call it hydrogeochemistry. So we apply chemistry knowledge to understand the water quality. Content of metals, content of ions, salinity, if it is drinkable or not. So we base our research on chemistry. So chemistry is important here. Then we also need to apply physics. So when physics is applied on geology, we call it geophysics. So geophysics is very helpful in order to understand the aquifers or the storage area of groundwater inside the rocks. So we use geophysics. So if we don't use geophysics, we may not strike a productive aquifer. Then we also apply microbiology like bacterial. So we culture bacteria in order to understand if our groundwater or surface water is polluted or not. So there is a cross science application that we use. I was born and raised in the rural Ethiopia, about 400 kilometers south of the capital city, Addis. We didn't have even electricity, no running water, and we're fetching water from rivers and also springs. And often those water supplies are polluted, so always we get sick. So then government decided that we must get a borehole. A truck arrived. At the time I was grade 10, and they started drilling. I was there following up what they were doing. After 3 days, they succeeded to complete the borehole. So we were drinking clean water. Then I said, okay, fine. I was high school at the time, so I decided, okay, let me study something that takes me to that direction. So the only way to be hydrogeologist is to go through geology. In 1992, I completed my master's as a hydrogeologist. Now I started my career teaching at the university, and then 1998, I completed my PhD. Here I am. I'm a full professor of hydrogeology currently. Students must listen themselves first what they want, not copying from others. Everybody has some ability inside. Discover that ability and apply. In my case, I grew up from non-educated parents. My parents didn't go to school. They were not able to read and write. So I'm the only person who managed to go to university out of 6 siblings. So it requires determination and plan and working smartly, not just working hard, working smartly, find out the ability inside us. That's what I advise everybody. So we have some important knowledge inside us. So we have to find out that knowledge. So that's how I did for myself. I identified my ability when I was grade 10. So my teachers were my my mentors. My teachers were my role models.